I guess I just want to be a really good example for my kids. I've got 3 children, and growing up in Western Sydney, I've seen, how hard it can be. So, I want to give my kids the best life and be a good example for them, and, really show them that there's great career pathways out there. My name's Matthew Murphy. I'm a Kimberwalli man. My mob's from Moree in northwest New South Wales. I'm currently living on Darrick land in Western Sydney. At the moment, I'm creating opportunities for Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander people throughout Lendlease, with a focus of bringing more people into the business and increasing that representation at leadership levels. They preferred community experience, so it was more my life experience that I had more than the qualification for this role. I left school at year 10 and jumped straight into an apprenticeship. Managed to finish within my 4 years. Continued on in the trade for a couple more years, but I guess there was a bit of a desire to work in the community that I lived in. Moved into an Aboriginal group training organisation in Western Sydney. Did a bit of work with them before, progressing through my career, before going into government for a short stint as well, and then landed with Lendlease where I am now. Completing an apprenticeship was a big milestone for me. It's not easy, and you don't see too many people going through. First one in my family to complete an apprenticeship as well, and come out the other side and still remain employed and continue on. And then at the end of the 4 years, I think that was probably the most rewarding thing of my career. It's probably the highlight of my career, to be honest, completing that apprenticeship. And then seeing that, I guess on the back end of that, I've been able to encourage my other little cousins and all that kind of stuff to get into an apprenticeship and give it a crack. I think it's great to be able to create opportunities for people. I guess with a large company like Lendlease, being nationwide, you're not just restricted to your one area, you're creating opportunities pretty much across Australia-wide. I think attitude plays a big part in gaining these roles, and a real desire to want to get into the industry. So being building and property and development, you've got to have those passions for those areas to succeed, and the company sees that, and if you're showing that drive and that passion, you'll be rewarded as well. From my experience, getting a career pathway, doesn't come easy, but the benefits that it makes to, not only yourself but your community as well is pretty massive. You become a leader within your community eventually, and you'll be able to be a role model for, your younger cousins or family that's out there, even your friends' family that's out there. I think that's pretty important in our community. If they're seeing someone like yourself go through and get into a role like this, it definitely makes ripple effects throughout the community. It's always hard, when you feel a bit ashamed to make those calls. I was there once, it's not easy, but I think practice makes perfect. I know it's easy to say, but don't be ashamed. Just give a crack at it. Don't feel like there's any judgment. Reach out to some of the other people. There's people out in your community that have been through it. Have a chat to someone that you feel comfortable with first, and then, take the dive.